So I'm out here in Montana fishing Rock Creek. Absolutely beautiful. It's the end of September. I just came down and I'm fishing this I'm starting at this really deep pool right here. I came down to the tail out. Look how gorgeous this is. I came down to the tail out just to see if I saw any activity. I didn't really see anything, so I just slipped up here and I put a jig streamer on because this is really deep water, and I've already banged 4 fish out of here. I just caught about a 16-inch brownie. I caught 2 cutthroats and a cutbow, all 14 to 15 inches. So it really has the makings of a really great day. But I'm gonna work this deep pool with this jig streamer, and then once I get beyond this, I'll probably switch over. It's about 10:30 in the morning. It's still fairly cold. There's a fish right there. It's still pretty cold. It's in the high 40s. I think it's a whitey, big old whitey. But yeah, it's in the high 40s right now, but it is gonna get up to about 80 today. So that's the crazy thing about Montana. You get these huge temperature swings. Boy, this is a heck of a nice whitey fighter. This, that's a terrible net job. This pool's been good to me so far. Well, he's a big old chunk. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Talk to me. Thank you there, Mr. Whitey. Thank you, buddy. Got him on the jig streamer. This is a bug I came up with. It's really just it's a woolly bugger variation. And I call it the one nut, which is 1/2 of a peanut envy. So this is an olive, and that peanut envy is a great streamer. So I just cut it in half and I came up with the one nut. It's a really good bug. So let's keep working this pool and see how many more we can get out of here. I get a lot of questions on how to fish really deep pools like this. And you can't Euro nymph it. I mean, you can, but you're really limiting yourself. It's really difficult to, I mean, you got to fish under the rod tip. So if you want to get out into the middle, what's going to happen is you're going to cast, your bugs are going to start going down, but then they're going to come back to you because it's so deep. So unless you have an indicator on or you're fishing dry dropper, and if it was a little bit later in the day, I would hit it with dry dropper first, swing back down, and go through it with a jig streamer, because what I'm noticing this week is when those temps get up, these fish start looking up, especially these cutthroats. But really, the best way to do it is if you have your Euro rod, is to do what I'm doing right now. You just take streamers through it because you're moving it, it's active, you can bring it across the current. And it really is an effective way to hit these deep pools. There we go. Out in that stronger current, on that other side, it slows down next to the bank, but he was in that stronger current. Boy, I think this is a cutty. These things, these deep water, they just go deep. They just start digging on you. That might be a cutbow. It's a cutbow. Nice, respectable fish. Look at that orange gill. Just a beautiful, beautiful fish. Thank you there, buddy. He wailed on it there. He wailed on it. Once again, I just get asked a lot of questions about how to fish these deep pools, and this is really the best way. Put a jig streamer on it and just jig it through the deep pool. That's it. You're not going to spend your whole day fishing an area like this, but it's certainly worth your time to come through it. Here we go. He hit right, there's a rock and it just dumps off right there, and he was just downstream of that rock, just on that edge. This looks like a cutty. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful cutty. God, these things are so pretty. Look at that. Oh, thank you there, Mr. Cutty. So I just worked through this pool here. I think I caught around 7 or so. I actually did go back down, and I was going to hit it with a dry dropper, but I noticed that those fish that were rising, there were small whitefish. So I came back up here to the head, and it's still pretty early, still pretty chilly out. So I'm just going to keep working this area. This is a nice deep trough that kind of curves around there. I'm going to keep working it with the streamer until the fish tell me it's time to switch. Go. Boy, there's a rock over there, right over there. He was sitting right in front of it. He whacked it, man. He's a rainbow. Yep. Pretty rainbow. Just absolutely beautiful fish here on Rock Creek. Thank you there, buddy. So you can see that slower area. There's that nice seam, and there's a rock right there. He was tucked on the back side, right in front of it, in that heavy water, and it just shows you, you know, right in front of that rock, it really slows that current down. He probably was just sitting right in front of it and popped it as it was swinging by. There's fish. Right on that edge, there's a shallow bar over there. He was sitting right on that edge. For anybody who wants to know, I'm using my 10-foot 2-weight. It's a 0.18 millimeter leader, and I got 6X on. And this is a really, really pretty cutthroat right here. Thank you, buddy. Actually, it's a cutbow. Cutbows, they look exactly like rainbows, but they got the nice orange gill. So you really, sometimes you catch them, you think it's a rainbow, and all of a sudden you see that really beautiful orange slash on their gill. Just gorgeous fish. I'm gonna pop one right back in that slower water there. It just looks like a great spot. Right through there. I just saw a fish move over there. There we go. Oh, that is a heck of a nice fish right there. I believe it's a brownie. Nice, really nice fish. Yeah, it's a nice brownie. Boy, what a gorgeous fish. Absolutely gorgeous. Good Lord, he is pretty. Look at the spots on that thing. What a gorgeous fish. Thank you there, Mr. Brown. Thank you, buddy. That was awesome. That might have been that fish I saw move out. So you can see that limb coming there, and you can see the other part of this tree. There's a smaller limb in between, and there's a little bit of a slow spot just on the other side of that fast current, and that's where I popped it in. And I think I saw that fish when I made a cast. I thought I saw him move over there, but that was pretty nice, pretty sweet. This is the type of area that I might come back when it warms up a little and fish it completely different. I'm out here with my buddies. We're kind of spread all around, so I have no problem coming back and working the same order a completely different way. Plus, it's so pretty back in here. There we go. Oh, nice fish again. Nice fish. Ah, that was a brownie. That was pretty sweet. You can see that light color rock. He was tucked right in front of that. And this water's rolling through here, and it just shows you that all they need is a little break. That's all they need. Right there he hit. Oh, damn. Two in the same spot. This looks really inviting here. There's a little bit of depth here. There's a fish. I knew there'd be one on that edge. This is a nice rod bender. Just got to keep these fish. A lot of people, they want to set the hook, fish goes downstream, and they want to follow it with the rod tip. You put that rod parallel with the water, keep a nice bend in it, and you're gonna nose them back upstream. But when you hold that rod up and do the Orvis pose and you turn with them downstream, you give them all the advantage. We're just working right back up to you. That is a beautiful cutthroat right there. Beautiful cutthroat. Thank you there, buddy. God, what a gorgeous fish. Just in that pocket over there. Just that nice pocket. The bank comes right down, just right on the edge of that fast water and that slow water, and he popped it. So I just went back up to the truck. Temps got up and I had to go change, and now I'm hitting this run that I had brought a streamer through before. I'm trying to fish it with dry dropper right now, but I may go to nymphs. There, oh God, he hit the ant. That was Bill Dance hook set. Got a Bionic Ant on top there, and he took that exactly the way you would expect. That was user error there. You got to give him time to eat. There we go. He hit the dropper. I got a double ant on, so I got an ant on the bottom on the dropper, and I got a Bionic Ant on top. I just extended my drift on that one, and I was able to reach out to him. Cute little cutty. Got a red ant actually on. Cute little guy. I've done a video on this ant here. I love this ant. So this has got the red butt, black head. He was on that seam, and I just extended my drift, kept the dry, drag free, and just popped under. Probably gonna switch over to nymphing here. Water's a little too quick. I mean, I know that far side, I could probably hit it with the dry dropper, but take a couple more casts before I switch. It's a decent drift over there. There we go. He took the ant again on the dropper. You see that log over there, the current's cooking, but right kind of directly across from me, there's a bit of a V. It's a slow spot. This cute little cutty was tucked up over there. This is a size 16 ant, by the way. Good grief. Good looking cutty. Just shows you really how effective using a long Euro leader is when you're doing dry dropper like this in water. I mean, if you've got a traditional fly line, you make that you can make that cast, but as soon as it hits, boom, fly line hits the water and it's ripped right out of the drift. There's a time and place for everything, and dry droppering like this, real with a Euro rod and long leader, really is the way to go. And this is about, I'm making about a 20-foot cast here. Okay, I'm getting really nice drifts in here. That's a, I put a 3.3 size 16 Fallon geese to perdigon on the bottom, and I got that, I moved that ant, that red ant, to the top on the dropper. Got a severe upstream wind, which would be helpful for dry dropper. There we go. So once again, heavy water, my rod's parallel to the water, got a big bend in it, and I'm not following this fish downstream. It wants to go, but you can see it's swimming upstream now. If I were to lift my rod up, I'm gonna give him the advantage. So just keep that bend and don't let him go downstream on you. Do resist the urge of picking the rod up and doing that. Just keep working them upstream. Now what I might do, I'm gonna step back. This is a beautiful cutty. Step back here. Take a couple steps downstream, get in front of it. Boy, he is still green. Whew. Just keep that bend. Resist that urge to take a stab at it with the net, because he is not ready. But I'm gonna get him here in a minute. I can tell. Once you start skating them, swing them back, just like that. That is a beautiful cutthroat. That is a gorgeous cutthroat. My goodness. Look how beautiful that fish is. Absolutely beautiful. Orange belly. Thank you there, Mr. Cuddy. That was awesome. That was awesome. He hit the Spanish bullet perdigon. So once again, I'm going to talk about this area. You see this rolling water. The water's super clear. And every time you see these rollers in that heavy current, that's telling you there's something big on the bottom making that. It's either a rock or a log, something like that. So when you see those rollers, there's always a cushion in front of it and there's a cushion right behind it. And so just know if, you know, I can see them here because the water's clear, but if it's off color and you see those rollers, fish it because there's something down there. And this heavy water, that fish was tucked right in front of a rock right over here. And once again, when you hook them, lower that rod right away. When you set the hook and they start going downstream, resist the urge of going like this, because once you do that, you've lost the battle. You've given them all of the advantage. You got to hook it. First move is like this. Get that rod parallel and low, get that bend, and just keep them trying to nose them upstream. Sometimes you can chase them if you have to, but a lot of times they're just going to want to nose up and keep their nose in that current so you can manipulate them and work them up and resist that urge of wanting to grab that net right away. I mean, that fish was 10 feet away from me, and a lot of people, they want to grab that net and, you know, they want that thing in the net, and that's when you lose them. So make sure he's not green anymore. Once he's turned sideways and he gets on top, that's when you grab that net and you can skate him right in. That was fun. This is really cool. This is this awesome creek coming into Rock Creek here. Just absolutely beautiful here. Look at this. Just gorgeous. This area is so distinctly different than the Madison River Valley. Just really, Montana is a place of beauty. Plus the trout fishing is pretty darn good. Gotta really drive it down here. There we go. There we go. I'm telling you, don't overlook these spots. Just don't overlook it. Look at that. I think that's a brownie. Just great stuff. Actually, I don't know. It's a rainbow or a cutbow. Ah, good looking fish. Good looking fish. Ah, it's a rainbow. That is awesome. Thank you there. There he is. Thank you there, Mr. Bo. Big roll of waters. I just knew there was going to be a fish here, and I got this severe downstream wind. Tucked it in there. I kind of leaned forward and just, he was tucked in. There's a roller there, a roller there. He was right in that bucket in between there. That was good stuff. It's a nice fish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk him down here. This is the easiest thing to do. Instead of fighting him in that current, I take a couple steps down and I can land him in this soft water here. It's funny, I was working it with a dry dropper and just, that water was just too juicy to not get a fish. And I just switched over, put 2 nymphs on, and got this good looking rainbow. You hit the dropper, olive flash perdigon. Thank you there, Mr. Bo. Thank you there, buddy. You just gotta fight the fish. You just gotta be aware of your surroundings, look around. If this wasn't here, if that was like that the whole way, I'd have to put the heat on it. But the easiest thing to do is take a couple steps down, fight him in this slower water here to my left. You just gotta take a look at this. Look at this. It's just breathtaking. Just breathtaking. Cannot get enough of this scenery. Okay, I moved up stream here, and I got this nice, really nice slow stretch. There's a nice gully, kind of that back third of this run. Really want to work this really well. I got a Bionic Ant on for my dry, and I have a red ant on the dropper. There we go. Boy, he just sipped that ant, just came up and sucked it right down. It's a beautiful cutty. Got that one in the net quick. That was just perfect. Absolutely perfect. This is ideal dry dropper water right here. Ideal. Beautiful cutty. Look at that guy. Those colors are just beautiful. Thank you there, buddy. Right where I thought he'd be. Just about 2/3 of the way out, just drops down. It's this nice gully right up to that steep bank. And this is just perfect terrestrial water too. The wind's blowing, knocks him in. That's why I went with double ant. So I'm standing here on the riverbank and I heard something. I'm changing. I look over. Cow, moose, and a calf. How about that? How cool is that? That is amazing stuff. There we go. Just nice subtle take. Nice cutty again. Took the ant on top. Just this subtle, you just saw the, just a barely a ripple. There we go. Nice cutty. Oh, that's a cutbow. Boy, he is a beautiful fish. Wow, is he something else? What a specimen. What a specimen. Got the ant right there in the jaw perfectly. Look at that. What a specimen. Beautiful fish. Thank you there, buddy. I got a 3 out of 10 on the release. Boy, he was right on that far bank. You see this nice riffly water. He was 12 inches off the bank, made a nice cast. There was a bit of a swirl, and my Bionic Ant just went beneath the surface. That was an awesome take. You cannot beat this. This is an amazing fishery. God, I'm having a blast. This is just awesome. What a day. see if we can't get another. I'm gonna take it down the middle. I don't want to neglect this. There we go. I was gonna say I don't want to neglect the middle of the run. He hit the ant on the dropper. Whitefish. They need love too. I was telling my buddy, I'm here with 3 of my buddies, and I was telling, in order to catch a whitefish, you got to have a perfect drift too, so you're doing something right. Let's bring a couple more down the middle, and then I'm going to hit that far bank again. When you're using foam body, there we go. Boy, that was an awesome take too. When you're using foam body flies, like chubby Chernobyls or a Bionic Ant like this, they will get waterlogged. It's gonna soak up water eventually like a sponge, so you have to rinse it out. You have to squeeze all the water out and just treat it just like a regular dry fly, and you'll just keep it floating nice and high. This is a rainbow. Okay. There we go. Cute little guy. Look at those spots on that face. I'm going to show you that one because he hit on top. So that was cool. So every time I get a fish on the dry, like I said, even this Bionic Ant is foam. I rinse the slime off it. Then I'm going to take my fingers and I'm just going to squeeze out the water. And then I got a dry fly patch here. I'm going to squeeze it again. Then I got a little frog's fanny. I turn the whole thing white. Just dry it. And then you can blow it off. In a couple casts, it's going to come off. But so you just got to just take the time and just treat your dry fly so you can see it, especially in this broken water. It's just nice, sitting up nice and dry for me, or nice and high, I should say. Take a couple more casts out in this run, and then I'm going to hit the other side there. Just kind of zigzag my way across here. There we go. He hit the ant on the dropper. So I've got a red ant on the dropper, and I've got the Bionic Ant on top. Oh, he just got off. It's okay. He was a cutbow. So I took 2 steps up. It's the shallowing out, but I still like this run and that far side. There we go. He just hit the dry. That was awesome. Nice cutbow. He's bigger than the last one I just lost. And that was back-to-back cast too. Thank you there, Mr. Cutbow. That's awesome. Yeah, this run is amazing. You can see how it comes around and just gets better and better as you work your way up here. I mean, I caught fish in the slower area, and once I hit this riffly water, even though it's shallow, that was a foot of water right there, but clearly they're in there. That was back-to-back casts. You know, today's one of those days where I've literally used everything. I've used every technique, I should say. I've jigged streamers, I've double nymphed, and I've dry dropper. And I caught them every single way. And it just really shows you the versatility of these Euro rods. This is a 10-foot 2-weight, and this is a great rod. You can do a lot of things, and I actually have a dry fly line with me. I've got an extra spool if I want to go just single dry fly. I can switch spools, and I got a weight forward 2-weight and 2-weight line, and throws a pretty darn good single dry. I just came downstream a little bit. I love these little channels. This can be sneaky good. There we go. He hit the dry. Now you see this? I put that rod tip down. He was downstream of me. I put the heat on him, and I got him to come right back upstream. And that is a brownie. How about that? How about that? Nice chunk brownie. Thank you there, Mr. Brown. Pretty cool. That's probably 18 inches of water right there. I actually started walking up, my dry was going down, and boom, he nailed it. That fish, I hit it, it went right downstream, and you can see what I'm looking at. I just put that rod down, he turned his nose up and just came right back upstream. Okay, I just changed my dry. I went to a bushy caddis. I'm having a hard time picking it up because that sun dipped behind the mountain there, and that temperature is dropping big time. Oh my God. I don't know if you saw that on film. Trout did a launch job. Let's try to get him. There we go. Oh, that's the fish. That's the one. He hit the ant. Super skinny water. He hit the ant on the dropper, I should say, the red ant. I had the Bionic Ant, and I was just having a hard time picking it up, so I went to a bushy big sky caddis I tie, and really stood out, and saw this dude leap out of the water, and I popped him. Good looking rainbow. Thank you there, buddy. Yeah, today was a hot day. It was in the 80s, but boy, that sun dips behind the mountain and the temperature just drops like a lead balloon. That was pretty cool. That fish was in a foot of water. I mean, I'm standing mid-calf maybe. There we go. Oh, look at that. He just nailed the caddis. That was awesome. I might end on that note right there. Nice top water rainbow. Can't beat that. What a great cake. Thank you there, Mr. Bo. Thank you there, buddy. I just love Montana. Love it. So I'm going to be calling it quits here on Rock Creek. Boy, I had a heck of a day today. I'm running out of daylight, and I've actually had a heck of a couple days out here. And today, I just caught them all day. I started out in the morning with Jigged Streamers. Then I moved over to double nymphs, and then at times I was doing dry dropper. And then this afternoon, it was all dry dropper, and I just had phenomenal action. Just brownies, cutthroats, cutbows, and rainbows, a couple whiteys. Just a heck of a day, and it was just about being versatile today. You know, you just got to let the water dictate what you're going to hit them with. And this morning, you saw me work that deep pool. It was a jig streamer. That was the way to do it. And then when I moved up, I went over to double nymphs. And then this afternoon, the sun hit the water. There was a little bit more activity, and I just hit some really nice water that just was perfect for dry dropper. And this Euro rod is a lot more versatile than people think. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'm happy to help you out. And as always, tight lines, everybody. I'll talk to you later. By the way, Montana is definitely my home away from home. Just love it here. Tight lines.